Hey, what's happening with it? Somebody, somebody say something in the car, heading home. Got to pick up Wifey and go to gonna have dinner with her parents today. But I wanted to come on here and chop it up about this. What Seth had said, Seth Rogers, father of Sebastian Rogers, yesterday. I thought it was very interesting what he said, and then even more than that, to watch the whirlpool of drama and nonsense on YouTube after what was said. Okay, what's up, Sly the Boss? What's happening, man? What's happening? Good to see you. What's up, Annabelle? Hey, Annabelle, how are you? Two very cool people right there. Appreciate it. Guarantee you both of them hit the like. There's only 3 likes on here. So yeah, the guy, man, Sebastian Rogers, he kind of snapped yesterday, or his father kind of snapped yesterday, and it was good to watch, man, because the guy's telling people, go ahead and fuck off, man, if you're not on some unity about the focus, you know, and it's kind of where I've stand, you know, where I've been the whole time on this thing here, man. I don't know why people jump to conclusions and have to pick a boogeyman or a bad guy in this stuff. It's really awkward and weird if you think about it. I mean, if you really want to peel back the banana here, from what I heard, the abuse that Chris Proudfoot did with Nancy Grace or whatever else, the man said he gave the kid a chore, and the chore wasn't done, so he gave him a whack. And then he went to school, and you guys know the story. And then, also, on the other side of the coin with Seth, the divorce paperwork and all this, a kind of a similar story. I mean, what's so wrong with that? People on YouTube act like, how did your parents treat you? I remember, man, when I was a kid, mom used to hit me with that wooden spoon one time. I mouthed off to her, she cracked me. She was cooking spaghetti one time, whack, right in the back of the head. That thing stung like a motherfucker. And hey, I was quick to say something slick back to her from that point on. The next time I did it, before she boiled the water, she had the water in the pot, and she poured all the water out and banged me in the back of the head with the pot. Bang! One time, had a big old lump on the back of my head, and big old lump, like a backwards unicorn. I'm like, God damn, where'd mom get that power from? Felt like she was Mike Tyson with that thing. Bam! But what's so wrong with that? Was my mom abusing me? No, man. I shouldn't have got slick, right? Now, I don't know what the kid Sebastian did. I understand he has autism, but what I'm saying is, what is the big deal? People can't parent nowadays? People can't parent? Hey, man. Hey, look. It's crazy to watch these comments sometimes. I don't know the whole details of what the abuse is and all this, so I'm just saying what I seen, right? But this guy basically said, hey, man, fuck off if you can't keep the focus on Sebastian, right? Fuck off. Good for him. Good for him. And it's crazy because, now, with that being said, you know, there were some comments yesterday, and I understand the guy has been slinging mud in a sense, and people can say that. And look, the lie detector test, the poly test, Chris did pass it, and Seth was whatever, inconsistent or whatever, okay? But about that, let me tell you about that. A long time ago, I got in trouble, and I failed a lie detector test, and I wasn't lying. Them things make you really nervous, especially if you'd have to even understand lie detector test. The operator guy, like, he's asking you the questions, and you're sitting there and you're looking at the thing go beep 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 beep. It's so nerve wracking. But I was a juvenile when I took one. It sucked because my lawyer had me do it and I failed it, and we're gonna try to use that. I was a juvenile then, and I don't remember if you could use them in court back then or not. This is a long time ago, but I failed it. Okay. So we never ended up using it. But I was telling the truth. I just got nervous. It's kind of like these people, like these deception detectives and these fake psychics, like if I have my glasses off right now, I'm not going to be looking at you guys eye contact the whole time. I have a bad habit of going like this and going like that. That doesn't mean that I'm lying. I'm just not going to go like this the whole time. And even if you talk to me in person, I'm not going to, I'll give you eye contact, but it's probably my ADD and my PTSD and everything else. Like I just look around. I'm not a perfect, that doesn't mean that I'm lying. It's all interesting, man. But yeah, so Seth, his is a little inconsistent and Chris did pass his. So I guess the timing could be a little fishy. But these are all things that we're just nitpicking at. At the end of the day, the TBI investigating the case has not sided with anything that YouTube says. I mean, look at the guy Josh from the lab. He does a whole live about how Chris failed his lie detector test. I mean, boy, you'd hope he'd take that one down because that's complete misinformation. Kind of like the same thing he said with the Summer Wells parents. But these are all like petty things, man. And the man says this, hey, fuck off. Fuck off, man, if it ain't about Sebastian. Fuck off. I'm putting our differences aside. I uploaded a video last night that you could hear him saying this. And it's just interesting to see these trashy pimps with total disregard to what the man says. Now it's, how could he do that? People have been looking for him. Like, the comments are crazy. Like, the guy is asking if you want to help, look for Sebastian, keep the focus on him. Now these people feel entitled to involve themselves and say, like, how he's wrong. He's the parent. Like, he's the freaking parent. Like, if you're not gonna, these people with the comments in this true crime thing is it's comical at some point. At some point it's comical. Like, this guy is the little boy's father. Respect what he says or fuck off. Straight like that. But the tragedy pimps are now, they have to have a bad guy, good guy. And don't be surprised if they totally flip on this dude. There was one large heifer last night totally disagreeing with what the father said. This blows my mind. But I'm very happy that two things. He did say that, and I'm super happy that I hope he goes and watches certain channels and sees the true colors seeping out. The true colors seeping out, and this is why he should definitely stay away from YouTube. I've been relentlessly trying to get through to one Facebook group that I know someone runs it, is directly involved with him, and I've had some very good people try to get messages through to him. So if you watch this and you know what I'm talking about, hey man, I don't want to interview with the guy, and I don't really want to ask for the guy's time because I have no idea what he's going through. I couldn't even begin to tell you. Who cares how white you are? This guy gets a timeout. Let's get rid of this guy. Who cares? How's that working out for your life? Who cares how white you are? Can you go to the bank and get any more money than the black guy? What a dumbass. These, About many times. Yeah, exactly, Trudy. That doesn't mean that your parents were abusive. They were just good parents. You probably didn't do it. Salty Crew, what's happening? Well, that sounds like a personal problem. People are pissed because they felt he was the one who wound everyone up and then got them to crucify the Proudfoots, and now he's telling them to F off. Hey, man, look, okay, I understand where you come from, but again, people crucified Don when he said some bad words one time. Wanted to call him this and that and category. Listen, man, we don't know how them people are. We don't know what's going through them two fathers' minds. We really don't. You have no idea. There were some good comments in the video I uploaded last night with Seth, telling people to F off in this. Some people, two women said, hey, man, look, one time my kids got off at the wrong bus stop. and I was flipping out. I didn't know where the kids were. I was flipping out, and they told like these little stories in the comments, and I can relate to that because my mom, one time I was in the mall and I veered off from her. I went to the Foot Locker when I was real young, and she like full on panic attack and flipped out. And I remember like when she finally like found me and met back up with me, she looked like white, like she's seen a ghost, like. And she was sweating and like she was freaked out, right? And that's like a little bit of that's nothing comparable to what these men are going through. But you have to give them a pass. They're missing kids. Like you have no idea what the hell they're going through. Like they don't know what is going on with their kid. They don't know if the kid's dead, alive. Man, you have to sit there and think to yourself like, it's just like when someone dies and you're grieving. Like all you can do is like think about that person and think about that person. If you don't stay busy, you'll go crazy. I could kind of compare it to grieving, but imagine you can't really though. At least when someone's grieving, you've lost somebody. You know that person's gone and it's now dead. You can't change it. You have clarity. You imagine in these guys' head there's an automatic question mark 24 hours a day. Every scenario is running through their mind mentally, man. So I don't know, man. Listen, I just side with the families on this. You got to respect what they say. And look, with that comment, not to single you out, but it's a good comment, so I'm just responding back to it. Hey man, he shouldn't be around social media like this. He shouldn't be around social media like this. He would be saying this if these people weren't looking these Proudfoot people up and finding old CPS stuff. It's stupid. It's stupid. The TBI is not the worst police agency, federal police agency in the world. No, only YouTube thinks that. Only YouTube thinks that. You've never heard the TBI talked bad about. You can't find anybody on YouTube saying that if it wasn't for Summer Wells and Sebastian Rogers. Never. You can't find one bad thing said about the TBI before these two things. Guaranteed fact. It's just idiots like these people with the misinformation. That's it. This is misinformation. This has gotten crazy. And now the guy's saying, hey man, fuck off. And why are people getting upset about that? If you listen to what he says, look, I'm putting my differences aside with the guy. It's about Sebastian Rogers. And if you're not on that, then fuck off. Think about the tragedy pimps and everybody running up there to document things and all that type of stuff. What are they really doing? There's a lady who's camped out in front of people's houses. Is she trying to find Sebastian Rogers? No. Camped out and following the Proudfoots. How does that help Sebastian? It doesn't. She's not camped out in the woods or camped out following search teams. No. She's camped out where the drama is. And that's exactly what's going on, people. Especially, I hear you. New sub, I agree. I appreciate you, Keck. Thank you. I'd like to have you. No, I didn't escape. I EOS'd. Close. The news changed his sentences around. He thanked everyone first and said F off to the ones that aren't able to help. No. Nope. That's incorrect. I uploaded a video where he's saying it. He basically says, I'm putting the differences aside with Chris. I talked to him. And before he says this, there's pictures of him at the visual. He's talking to Chris. They're over there talking. He comes over. He says, hey, I don't understand how you try to... See, that's not fair for you to say. No, they didn't change his sentences around. I have the record. I've uploaded the recording. %. Rising Grace. Love you too, babe. I'll be home in a minute. Just want to do this quick live. Baby Firefly, 100%. What's up, Long Gone? What's up, Mama? What happened? What do you mean? That's a broad statement. What do you mean, though? Mike? He said on the interview that the news swapped his sentences, that he was only saying to F off to the people not wanting to help, the ones causing problems. Correct. And that's what I'm talking about. The people who are begging this guy for interviews and shit, you know what I mean? They should fuck off. They should fuck off. There should be no division. Why does it have to be a side? Let me ask you this. What good does it do, right? We've seen this movie before. There's a little girl missing in the same state, Tennessee, right? We've seen the same creators that are doing the same things in Sebastian case take the focus off the missing girl and go at the parents and the parents and the parents. You know why they did this? Because at some point the news, the investigation is either at a standstill, or in my opinion, on that case, they just stopped notifying the public because of the blatant disregard of how many times the TBI said, hey man, stop with speculation. It makes the job of law enforcement more difficult. Only credible tips. So these people, instead of sharing her posters and doing anything productive, what they then did is made a whole bunch of drama against the parents. Nothing that any of them said over the hundreds of false TBI calls and bogus TBI calls and thousands of live streams regarding everything about their parents. None of that amounted to anything. So it's easier for these assholes to, they got to have that little division between the parents for the content. It's content city. Because if they were to focus just on Sebastian and the case, I mean, how many lives can you do about that? Think about it. It's the same people. It's the same players. That's who he's telling to fuck off. It, 100%. Seth was decent at first. He was influenced by tragedy pimps to mudsling. It's so gross what they do. 100%. But I think he's starting to see it a little bit. Hopefully he is. Hopefully he is. Yes, my wife says he doesn't say fuck off to anyone other than the shit-starting liars who run. Anyone listening to it and paying attention, understand what he said. 100%. 100%. 100%. But the like only shows 13 with 80 people in here. So people can fuck off if they don't hit the like. Okay? Look, me and the end stream button, we're putting our differences to the side. Okay? Me and end stream, we put our differences to the side. Okay? You can fuck off if you don't hit the like button. All right? You can fuck off. He does need to focus. You're going to see. And look, man, just because a parent hits their kid, that doesn't make them an abuser that should be underneath the prison. That's so silly, people. That's silly. That's silly. That's silly. That has to stop. I don't know what either parent did to Sebastian, so I'm not co-signing anything that may come up. Because you don't know people, right? You don't really know what's going on, right? But from what I've heard, Come on, man. If you tell a kid to do something, if he's underneath your roof, hey, you give him a slap. You give him a slap. It doesn't make you a bad person, right? Now, just because the kid doesn't do the chore, do you have to slap him? No, you could talk it out, this and that, but we don't know what happened there. Maybe the kid got slick. Hey, look, man, discipline. It's extremely important to have. I'm not mad at my mom because she whacked me with that pan or that wooden spoon. I love my mom. She taught me a lesson then. Yeah, 100% long gone, 100%, and you see it, you see it. So let me ask you this. I got a few more minutes. Leave it in the comments, man. If you watch the rewind on this, the replay on this, or whatever, I want to know which assholes are still not respecting what the man said, and I want to know which ones are still talking about the parents. Either one. I wouldn't be surprised if they totally flip on Seth. I'll give you an example. I made a video, it's a few videos back, with the tragedy pimp Justice for Nobody. He's like, hey, we support Seth over here. We support Seth over here. Not Chris. So, that guy has got a feel about this big today. Josh will tell you that Chris failed a poly test. No, man, that's not true. These people they gotta have an enemy and a boogeyman, and people need to get the facts. People need to get the facts. The title says true crime drama. So before anybody says, well, what are you doing? You're starting drama. No, I'm with Seth, and I always have been with. Listen, Seth is innocent until proven guilty, as is Chris and Katie. I'm with them. I respect them. I respect him and what he said. I have shared Sebastian's photos. I hope when I go to Tennessee in June, I hope that this is all over. I hope the boy is back home. But if he's not, sure, I will go up there and look for him. I can't just drop what I'm doing to go look for missing kids. I got a roof over my own house to pay for, my own family. But I will go up there and look. Okay, no promises. Probably nothing will come of it. But what I'm not going to do is go up there and harass family members. We've seen this movie before. In a couple days, you're gonna see the outcome. Who remembers when they went up there? Bullfrog Betty, burnt hair Betty, blown out Betty. It is going up there today to do what? The last case, she got the man fired from his job. Don Wells, my buddy. In a couple days, I'm going to upload the outcome of that. I contacted the drywall company, and I had an interesting conversation with them. This video took 3 months to do, and I have the receipts on it. You'll see, you'll understand. But that's all. All they are going to do is keep the focus off Sebastian and the drama on whatever parent they choose. And each of these tragedy pimp creators has thousands of people following them. So when they come to chat, there's so much misinformation. By the time it gets to you, it's unreal. Go look on the video I uploaded yesterday of Seth saying what he said. Look at all the, just read the comments. It's crazy to think that this person can think this and this person can think this. I mean, you can think whatever you want, but you could tell by the way they're writing it that they're getting their information from somewhere. It's nuts. What's up, Free from Fetters? Simply Shandy. I like the name change. I'm digging the name change. What's up, Free? The trapments are using these poor children. Yeah, bro, it's bad. The Sebastian Rogers one is bad, dude. Is bad. All you have to know about the case, bro, it's very simple. I pretty much wrapped the whole thing up in this live. Then you should see these people. You were in the flashlight video. You know, they make everything a big conspiracy. It's a garbage truck. I drove garbage trucks for decades. This is crazy, man. So it's crazy to me. And the TikTok people, hey, people, I'm moving over there. I'm moving over there next. There's a new sheriff in town. It's White Boy. I take my job serious. I'm seeing a lot of violations, and warrants have to be served. So I'm coming at the TikTok tragedy pimps too. I've been seeing a lot of you people. A lot of you people. Oh, I'm coming. It's just ridiculous, man. This guy clearly says what he says. Now we're going to pretend that we didn't understand what he meant. Come on, stop. It's very easy what he said. Hey, look. The differences and whatever I said prior to this, we're starting fresh because the goal is my son. Hey, you cannot dispute that. So you can share the kid's photo, the Amber Alert, the banner. That's it, man. It's crazy. He should not have got involved on YouTube. From day one, I've been shouting out and I've been screaming, get this guy away. Get all these people away from YouTube. Get all these people away from YouTube. The tragedy pimps did get a hold of this dude in the beginning. They did kind of sway his mind. You don't know what a father's going through, or God forbid, a mother, but a father as well. You don't know all the thoughts and feelings. They have a big question mark as far as where their son's at. You have not a clue what's going on. And then you have these people contacting you. You know, just in that itself, you have to have some balls, right? I've asked people to try to get the message across to to Seth, to all of them. But at the same time, I feel guilty in doing that because I don't want to rob them of their time right now. I don't know what mindset they're in. It's a guilty feeling for me to ask for the favor. Again, I don't want to interview. I just want a simple message to them. You can share any video of Sebastian Rogers I've done because I say the same thing on every video. On every video. It shouldn't be division. Tragedy pimps, no good. Keep this guy off YouTube. So that's the message I want people to get if they know his Facebook account or whatever. I don't want his time. But the balls of these people to insert themselves in somebody going through a lot of crazy shit, it's ballsy by itself, man. In my opinion. 'Exactly, Raising Grace. TBI actually has a very good success rate. That's just YouTube saying that. You're right. %. Tagging a missing child in a 3-hour live. All these YouTube channels have ruined this case and the Willis case too. I can't agree with that more. Exactly, the freaking bullhorn was ridiculous. I really wish they'd passed some laws about harassing these families. Freedom of speech shouldn't take away someone else's freedoms. You know, you're right about that. They just need the right person out there. Look, we've pulled up to that tragedy pimp and her little crew of tragedy pimps. We've pulled up on them before, and they wouldn't come to their own event. I just went to Tennessee because Bullfrog and burnt-haired Betty said they're going to go to Tennessee for Summerwell's birthday, but when they heard we're coming, they didn't come. You just need the right people around these families, and these people won't come around. Going there, I'm glad I brought that up. Going there was interesting because the people on YouTube will tell you they're making videos like I'm literally at the event. It was Summerwell's birthday event, but also a missing persons event, right? The videos on YouTube, like I'm present there. I'm literally there. People are saying Candace and Don weren't there. It's a misinformation campaign. They're saying that they weren't there. They didn't go to their own daughter's birthday. It's all lies. You know, we've already debunked this. But during that event, I got to meet Layla how do you say her last name? Santaleo? Layla, also from Tennessee missing. I got to meet her grandma because Miss Robin asked for the family of each missing kid to say a few words. And there was, I think, a total of 12 missing families at this event, okay? 12. When it came to Layla's grandma, this is what Seth and Chris and Katie need to do. There was media present at Summer's birthday / missing kids event. So when it came to Layla getting asked a question, the grandmother said, I don't want to talk about anything because right now it's ongoing. And we appreciate the event and everything. She did everything but talk about anything publicly. And she did that because the media was there. And thank God for that woman. So proud of that woman. My wife is in the chat. She was there. Jenkins was there. She can back this up. There's a few. Chill Billy was there. He can back this up. They all also met her. But that's the attitude you got to have. These people on YouTube, man, they're looking for clicks and views, man. You can get clicks and views on anything. You don't have to capitalize on a really shitty situation. That's not cool. But so many people are nosy and judgmental and everything else that they just go into these chats. It's crazy. I like exposing these people because they're dirtballs. They're the lowest of society, you know. And of course, they're not going to respect the parents of these missing children. We've seen their behavior on YouTube. Look what they did to the Wells parent, the Summers parents. Look what they're doing to the division in this case, right? I have no problem telling you my mom whacked me with the wooden spoon. My mom whacked me with the pot. No problem, right? You can't look at Cher. Her dad was in prison. He couldn't whack her. So of course it's abuse. Look at Josh from the lab. He just made a live saying that Chris failed a lie detector test. His dad blasted his mom. These parents weren't around to give them a smack. So of course it's abuse. Come on, man. Stop it. What's up, Dee Dee? What's happening? I found the like button. Awesome. All right, man, I got to get up off here. I got to pick up Noelle. We got to go to her family's house. Hey, I'm going to Noelle's parents' house. Ask Noelle how many times her parents gave her a whack. They're not abusers. They're not abusers. You got to respect the families, man. Respect the families. The man said, fuck off, man, if you're not about unity. So all you can do is share the boy's poster. You can get it off the thumbnail. I put them on the thumbnail. You know, there's not much you can do. As you watch this, either if you're in the bushes or whatever you do across YouTube, and you watch the Sebastian Rogers case, when you watch these lives, are they giving you any new information about the child? Or are these lives based around drama on some sort of parental unit? Is it Seth? How could Seth do this? Or is it Chris Proudfoot did this? Is it step parent drama? Biological parent drama? Is it information on Sebastian? Keep a tally. Keep a tally. Guarantee you're going to be like, check for parents, check parents, check parents. On your scorecard, you're going to have 0 for Sebastian and like 20 for the parents. The last scorecard I seen on the Wells, there was 500 for Don and Candace and 0 for Summer. It's all drama on the parents. We've seen this movie before. And we all know how it ends, man. I'm out of here. I got to go to my, pick up my wife and then go to her parents that abused her. They're abusers. The abuse. They gave her a smack one time. One time they gave her a smack. And I'll tell you what, abusers. Until the next one.